This is the video lecture for M.Sc Computer Science 4th semester students, Paper 1 Software Engineering. This is lecture number 2 of Unit 4 Software Maintenance. Myself, Mrs. K. Manju, Assistant Professor, Computer Science, St. Thomas College, Ruabanda, Bhilai. This lecture will be consisting of following topics. We'll be seeing regression testing, reverse engineering, software re-engineering, configuration management, and documentation. Regression testing. Regression testing is a process of testing modified parts of the code. That is, which might have been got affected due to modifications, and it is to ensure that no new errors have been introduced in the software after we had made the modifications. So after each of the modifications we have done in the system, or what we call after each of the fixing of the bug, regression testing will be run. It is done to ensure that the system performance is as good as the old system. These are some of the techniques for selection of test cases for regression testing. The first is select all the test cases that will be available. The second is select those test cases randomly. We are just randomly taking the test cases. Third one is select the modification traversing test cases. Whatever modification we are going to do, only that much test cases we will be pointing on. Last is select higher priority test cases. Now I'll be looking into the advantages and disadvantages of regression testing. Advantages of the regression testing are it ensures that no new bugs have been introduced. Means after we are introducing new functionalities into our software, there is no new bug which has been introduced into the system. Second advantage is the test cases are selected from the existing tests. So results are known, which can be automated by using the automated tools. Because we are taking the test cases from the existing tests, so we'll be having the results. So because we are having the results, we can automate it using the automated tools. The last one advantage is maintenance of quality of the source code. We'll be maintaining the quality of the source code in regression testing. Now, disadvantages of regression testing are the time and resource consuming. If automated tools are not used, it will be a major problem. And the second is required to be executed even after very small changes are present in the code. Even after we are having very small changes or little bit changes in the code, we'll have to carry out the regression testing. Now, the next topic is reverse engineering. It is an important topic. Software reverse engineering, what we call, is a process of recovering the design, requirement specifications, and functions of a product from the analysis of its code. So, we'll be analyzing the code of a product and we'll be recovering design and requirement specifications and functions by the analysis of the code. So there is a difference between a forward and reverse engineering. So first we will be seeing what is forward engineering. In this figure we can see forward engineering, it will be starting with the requirement specifications. With the after the requirement specifications, there will be analysis, then there will be the designing part, and in the last there will be the implementation of the code. But in the reverse engineering, the same processes are done, but in the reverse order. So we are having what? We are having the code. From the code, we have to recover the design and the requirements and functions of the product from analysis of this code. Next, we will be looking into reverse engineering goals. Why we are using this reverse engineering? Reverse engineering is used to cope up with the complexity, to recover the lost information, and to detect the side effects of the software or side effects of the maintenance process. Next is to synthesize the higher levels of abstraction, and it also facilitates the reuse system. Now we'll be seeing the reverse engineering process in detail. So in this figure, we are having the dirty source code, what we call the erroneous source code, is fed to the restructure code for restructuring. The restructuring unit, it will restructure that code and it will give us the clean source code. After getting the clean source code, now we have to abstract various information. We are having just the source code. Now we have to abstract various informations. So we'll be getting to the extract abstraction section. The extract abstraction section will be processing the code, getting the interface, and then getting the database out of it. And then after the extracting of the abstractions have been completed, that is the initial specification function starts and it is fed to the refine and simplify section. First we have initially specified it and then we'll be going for simplifying the simplifying section for simplification. And we will be getting the final simplification result. The next is the software re-engineering portion. The software re-engineering, it will be what? It will be examination and alteration of software to reconstitute it to make it more efficient and effective. It affects the software cost, the quality, the services to the customers, and also the speed of delivery. The re-engineering cost factors are the quality of the software to be re-engineered, the tool support which will be available for engineering, the extent of data conversion which is required, and the last is availability of expert staff for re-engineering purpose. The software re-engineering process model, it consists of 6 phases, that is the forward engineering phase, the reverse engineering phase, the data restructuring, code restructuring, document restructuring, and inventory analysis phase. So we'll be seeing how this process model works. We can see in reverse engineering. In reverse engineering was what? It was a process of recovering the design requirement specification and the functions of a product from the analysis of the source code. So with the source code analysis, we will be getting the design requirements, specifications and functions. Then we'll be going for code restructuring. After we have restructured the code, we'll be going for data restructuring according to the code we have just restructured. So after data also have been restructured, we are moving for forward engineering. Forward engineering was we are having the requirement specification, we'll be going for the analysis phase. After the analysis and the designing portion, we'll be implementing the software. After forward engineering, we'll be getting the software which is going for inventory analysis. Whatever inventories will be used for the software to be implemented. After inventory analysis, we'll be going for document restructuring portion. That is the SRS documents will be restructured. Now the next is the configuration management. See, configuration management, it includes both. That is the software development cycle and software maintenance cycle. This is the only portion where we'll be concerning with both the aspects. That is the software development also and software maintenance also. The software configuration management, it is a process to systematically manage, organize and control the changes in the documents, the codes during the software development lifecycle. So it will be having the software development process also, it will be having the software maintenance process also. The primary reason for implementing software configuration management system are, that is, there are multiple people working on software which will be continually updating. Because multiple people are working, the software will have to be continually updated. So we need for that software configuration management. Same way, the changes in the user requirement, it may be according to the policies, according to the budgets, or according to some schedules which have to be accommodated in the software. Softwares should be able to run on various machines and various platforms. So for that reason also we are concerned with the software configuration management. And the software configuration management process is also beneficial for controlling the costs involved in making the changes to a particular software system. We will be looking into various layers of the configuration management. We are having the identification layer, the change control layer, the version control layer, the configuration auditing and reporting. So identification layer, it will be having the identification of various softwares and the codes. The change control and version control are used to control the various changes in the operating systems or in the platforms or in the various versions of the software. And the next is the configuration auditing. It will be relying on the cost of the software maintenance and software development. And the last will be reporting. That will be the documentation portion or the reporting portion to the various management issues. Our last topic in this section is the documentation section. It is very important also for documentation section to exist. The documentation in software engineering, it consists of all the written documents and materials which deals with either a software product development or its use. The documentation exists to explain the software product functionality. It also helps to unify project related informations, and it also allows us for discussing all the significant questions that have been arising between the stakeholders and the developers. Next, we'll be looking into types of documentations. The software documentation consists of two main types, that is product documentation and process documentation. The process documentation, it will be consisting of the plans, the estimates, the schedules, the reports and the various matrices available. And product documentation, it is the last system product we are talking about. So product documentation, it will be having the system documentation as well as the user documentation. In the user documentation, we'll be having either the end user or it will be concerned with the system administrator. The most important is the system documentation. System documentation will be consisting of various requirements of the documents, various requirements of the software, the design decisions, the architectural descriptions that may be needed for further use, the program source code, and of course, various help guides for functioning of the software. These are some of the references that have been used in the preparation of this video lecture. Hope this video lecture would have been beneficial for you. Thank you.